Welcome people. So in today's video, for once it's a screen recording thing of me explaining the whole thing. Basically, we're going to explain how the gearbox usually works. So for the gearbox, the main components are the gears, the clutch. The gears, the clutch, the turbo converter system. The clutch is the clutch is basically it's part of the turbo converter system actually. So yeah, but actually no, scrap that. Yeah, the main things in the gearbox is the gears and the clutch. That's pretty much it. And then you got the engine connected to it. So I know some of you man will be shocked that I know about this stuff and shit, but you see me here. I'm really into like how electrical like mechanicisms and shit like that work, especially on buses. That's why you'll notice me saying, okay, I like how these doors work. I like how the gear shifts through that. I like how the I like how the bus's engine switches on. I like how it switches off. I like the sounds the bus makes as it's moving. Even an electric bus, I'm not biased towards diesel buses like you, man. We already know that. But anyways, yeah, I'm interested in that shit. Okay, so let me explain a bit on the clutch. So basically, the clutch measures how the clutch measures how much the engine gets affected by the movement of the wheels. For example, if the clutch is not moving at all, then the engine will be fully affected by the wheels. But if the clutch is moving, then the engine the engine's pitch will be affected by the throttle more. Okay, so if the clutch is unlocked yet, the engine will easily be able to rev up and down. But if the clutch is locked, the engine will become stiff and it'll only move up and down depending on the speed of the bus. Basically becoming like the axles in a way you could say. And you may notice when the clutch is locked, most gearboxes used for buses like Voice, Elision, etc. The clutch looks after pretty much like pretty much like by most gearboxes the clutch will only look after like gear two. Most gearboxes. ZF the clutch looks on gear one at a certain RPM. When a certain RPM is reached, depending on the level of the throttling. On the Edition E200s, the clutch will either look on gear 2, or it will look on gear 3, or it will look on gear 4. Or, depending on how you manipulate the thing, the clutch can look on gear 5 on a Elision thing, or even gear 6 if it has 6 speed gears. Yeah, 6 gears, I mean. Not to confuse you, man. On a voice, the gearbox can either lock on gear 2, gear 3, gear 4. If it's got 4 gears, if it's got 3 gears. Now, the reason I'm saying it can lock on either the other gears, etc., is because sometimes you can do tricks with the gearbox where if the RPM is too low and let's say you're on gear 4, you've got kick down enabled, and your RPM is literally like, because you've unlocked the gearbox here, by sometimes you can unlock the gearbox by braking too harshly or fiddling with the throttle a bit. Like let's say the RPM is a bit low for the boss's liking, yeah, because you've been doing like slow throttles, yeah, and everyone knows low throttling means the gear shifts on lower RPMs, right? Now kickdown doesn't like that. So when you press full throttle when kickdown is enabled, then if the RPM is too low, it can either downshift into gear to gain higher RPM, so it can gain more power to shift back into the next gear, or it can, the clutch can unlock, basically acting as if it's a gear to make the thing gain more power once it revs higher, and then it'll look back up if you're still throttling. And you can do that on any gear, on like an elision thing after gear 2, on a VoIP thing it's after gear 1, on a ZF thing it's after gear 1, once a certain RPM is reached. But one thing you have to know, the clutch only looks if the throttle has been pressed. If the throttle hasn't been pressed, the clutch won't automatically look. That's why sometimes you'll find yourself on a collision thing, for example, once the driver is on doing a low throttle because he's been driving slow, and then all of a sudden he does full throttle, the clutch will unlock. And then as he's slowing down, the clutch won't look back up. That's because he's not throttling no more. It only looks back up when the driver's throttling. Now, with the clutch here, the clutch isn't locked on neutral. That's why the driver can easily choose how high he wants to rev the bus, judging by the amount of pressure he puts on the throttle. Like, and that's because the wheels ain't moving either. When the clutch is unlocked, the the engine will be easily affected by it, how fast it's moving. And the wheels ain't even moving at that point, so the engine can easily decide what RPM it wants to sit on by how far the throttle's being pressed down. So like, let's say I'm throttling halfway and I'm on neutral and the bus is stopped, the engine will go, and then if I'm throttling max, it'll go to the max, what we call red line. Now, for those who don't know, the red line RPM is the maximum amount of RPM that bus can do. That is literally designed to do. It can't go any more up than that unless you tweak the thing and do whatever you need to do. I don't recommend doing that, otherwise you'll get your bus's engine overheating and shit like that. And then we have these extra limits that companies decide to put on their buses to stop their engines from overheating. The extra engine limiters for neutral. Obviously, they can't put it on when the bus is not on neutral because the bus is going to have problems shifting through gears if the RPM is limited, right? That's why the red line RPM is relatively high for a reason, which is basically the natural engine limit the bus has. Now, then we have the idle RPM. The idle RPM is basically the speed the engine sits at that it can't go under unless the engine is switched off or the bus is moving. When the bus is still moving, you'll notice. Okay, wait. Let me clarify this real quick. When I say engine, when I say the speed of the engine, I'm not talking about the bus's movement. I'm talking about the engine's movement. That's why 2000, like let's say 2000 RPM, yeah, 2000 RPM. That means the engine is moving 2000 revs per mile. However you measure that. The RPM, you could say that's the pitch of the engine. I usually refer it to pitch of the engine, but sometimes I like to refer it as speed of the engine because that's a more accurate answer. But for those of you man that don't know that much on engines, I'll just call it speed of the engine. I know I'll just call it a pitch of the engine. So the RPM, you can say the RPM is the pitch of the engine, but in reality, the RPM is how fast the engine is moving. So the RPM has nothing to do with the wheel movement. It's not how fast the bus is moving in speed. It's how fast the engine is moving on its own. You get me? That's and for those and that's why we say pitch equals speed. If you speed something up, the pitch is going to be higher. Vibration. if you're going faster, the vibration will increase. That which means the pitch will increase. The pitch is the vibration of something. Okay, so you can literally just say pitch is the speed of vibration. That's literally what you can say. God have mercy. I hope this computer doesn't fail me and doesn't save this thing, because if I do long on this video, it's probably not going to save. And that's going to really piss me off. That's really going to piss me off because this PC is dog shit. But yeah, as I was saying, that's basically the basics. Now, another thing, when the clutch is unlocked, the driver can easily change the RPM's pitch. This pitch of the RPM is the engine, by the way, by how far he puts down the throttle. If he doesn't apply any pressure to the throttle at all, if the clutch is unlocked, it will most likely fall down to the idle RPM, which is the limit, the lowest the boss's engine can go before the lowest the boss's engine can go, the lowest pitch the boss's engine can go when the engine is on, obviously, because when the engine's off, the RPM can go straight to zero because the engine ain't moving at all. So yeah, so like so my throttles. So let's say the boss is moving, the clutch is off. Yeah, the clutch. Let's say the boss is moving, the clutch is not locked here. The RPM, the clutch will both be affected by. The engine's RPM will both be affected by the wheel speed and the clutch. So if the clutch isn't locked here, I can easily like decide the RPM of the engine by the throttle, yeah, by controlling the throttle. Like I could go like I could just easily choose throughout that, and I don't have to press the brake to like decrease the pitch of the engine. But then you also have the speed affecting the pitch of the engine because the bus is moving. That's why there's wheels. The wheels, the wheels do play a part, yeah. The wheels do play a part to providing energy for the bus with the engine connected to them. Well, the chassis, let's just say the chassis as a whole. The chassis to a whole does play a big part to making the thing move, obviously. Right, so when the clutch locks, the engine's pitch will only be affected by obviously the gears and the wheel speed. The engine's pitch will still be affected by the gears when the clutch is unlocked, but it's just mainly the gears and the wheel speed when the clutch is locked. Now, when the clutch is locked, I can no longer easily have access to the pitch of the engine with the throttle because the clutch is locked now. So now the engine's pitch is just relying on the wheel speed and the gears. Cause obviously if the gear changes, yeah, judging on the ratio of the gear, the engine speed will decrease or increase. Now, okay. So the clutch is locked now. I can no longer press the throttle like and the engine's pitch just jumps like because it's affected by the wheel speed, yeah. So it'll go like, so if I press the throttle and I'm going from this pitch of the engine, so the throttle now has no effect on the engine. It's just the wheel speed. So if I press the brake now, the engine will slowly uh, decrease in pitch because it's being affected by the wheels. The wheels are slowing down when you press the brakes. So I press the brake and then it's going. Let's just pretend the bus just has one gear. Let's just pretend that. Because the wheels are slowing down, the engine's pitch is decreasing. By the way, shout out to this guy, man. B11 Productions, man. Subscribe to this guy, bro. makes good content. Yeah, I can't believe I'm close to this guy's subscribers, bro. I can't believe that. That's actually mad. But yeah, sub to him, sub to him. I like the video as well. But yeah. So yeah, now that you man know, Jesus, the video's 15 minutes. Oh God, please save it, bro. I'm begging YouTube, please save it for me, please. But yeah, anyways, let's get into it. Let's find ourselves a video where I can explain how this shit works. And I'll also count the gears on the way. And I'll tell you when the clutch locks and unlocks. Because I'm an expert on that. I'll know straight away just by the sound of it. Ew, what the fuck did they do? Oh, it's loading. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, yeah. All right, cool, cool. All right. Oh, man. WVL 429. A Reverb Midlands. Okay, sorry, I'm getting off track now. Okay, yeah. Let's just find a video. Bro, watch this. This is gonna be refurbished. LX13CZO. I'm sorry this is off topic, yeah. But this thing is definitely refurbished, bro. What are you talking about? This is nah, actually wait, it's not, yeah, it's not refurb. Wait. It got a refurb. What's this guy? Wait, no, it didn't. That's just part replacements. It got new parts for the front. Because you look at the other side of the bus, it's still got the black outlines and shit. Yeah, so it's still on refurb. That's not even the bus. But where's the? Oh, I hate using Google. You can barely find accurate images. But yeah, it's still unrefurbished. It's still basically like that, but it's just got pop. Yeah, it's been in that state since it was at RM. So yes, unrefurbished, bro. I don't know what this guy. Oh yeah, it's unrefurbished. Sorry. You're correct. Sorry. Yeah, he's great. He's great. Well, actually, let me sub to this guy real quick. Let me show him something up in it. Matthews. Oh yeah, I'm already subscribed. Yeah, I will enjoy the video when I watch it after this. I forgot who mostly transport is. Oh, that's flipping. Okay. Oh, that's my G, innit? But yeah, let's get into the video. All right. So what video are we gonna watch? We'll watch this one, and I'll tell you the gears and the how high. I'll tell you the gears and the clutch when it looks. Okay, so right now the clutch isn't locked. I can tell straight off the bat because the driver's easily affecting the engine's pitch by the throttle. See that, because like if the clutch was locked, the engine's pitch will only decrease if the wheel speed decreases. But because of the driver's throttling, the engine's pitch is decreasing quick because of the effect the throttle has. Because the clutch is unlocked. Now, when the clutch is unlocked, yeah, the clutch moves with the throttle. So that's why the clutch's speed increases and decreases with the throttle. That's why it's affecting the engine's pitch easily like that. So now I can tell we're on gear one in it. Yeah, that's gear one in it. No, that's gear two actually. Okay, sometimes it does that. When the bus is slowing down and it doesn't downshift, yeah, sometimes it can stay in like gear two before it downshifts into gear one. So we're on gear two and then it just looked there. The clutch just looked there. Yeah, it's gear two and it looked. The clutch looked. And now we're on gear. Wait, no, wait. On gear three now. Yeah, gear three. See. The driver stopped throttling now. Now that the clutch is locked and we're on gear three, yeah, the engine isn't falling straight back to idle now because the driver stopped throttling because the clutch is locked now. So it's just the wheels affecting it. See what I mean? Like the engine's more stiff now. It's more stricter on where it wants to go. Now it's only the wheels affecting it. And I'll tell you where the clutch unlocks as well, because usually on edition vehicles, yeah, the clutch locks when the thing is slowing down on gear two, and when the clutch unlocks, sometimes it can be hard to tell when where exactly the thing is switching back to gear one. I know exactly where because I noticed. I listen to small things in the engine which tell me clues. You see where when the clutch is unlocked here and the engine the gears are shifting down here, you'll notice a small rev between the idle RPM. It'll go. You see that small jerk? That's the thing going back into gear one. Okay, the clutch just unlocked there. Yeah, we went into gear three. Yeah, because the clutch locked because the driver pressed the throttle when the RPM was too when the RPM was too low. The clutch unlocked. Sorry. So we're still on gear three. Yeah. Okay, the clutch, because the clutch is unlocked here, the driver's easily affecting the engine. Just keep that in mind. See, it's falling right back to the idle slowly. Some buses, it won't fall back straight to the idle, it will just fall a bit above the idle RPM. And then as the bus slows down, the engine will go below the idle RPM before the bus fully stops and it'll go straight back up to the idle RPM. I don't know why it does that. Don't ask me. If anyone knows that, please let me know because I don't know what that's about. So the idle RPM I'd say on this is probably, but it's gonna go below that I think. No, it's that's the idle RPM on this. It goes. See, it's going below. It's going below. So right now I'm on gear two, and then it's gonna shift back into gear one. Watch. Okay, so we went from gear three to gear two there. You'll notice because you hear the engine do like a little jerk there. Sorry, I got it wrong. It was gear three to gear two. Sorry. See that? That was it shifting. That was it downshifting. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, because this guy cut out the video before the bus really stopped, I can't tell you. I can't. There's no clip of it downshifting back into gear one. See it right when he ended the clip. Yeah, it was shifting back into gear one, but it's not noticeable because he cut it out just before the bus could do it. Okay, so we're on gear one right now because he's shifted the clip to something else. Okay, gear two now. It's the clutch is still unlocked. The clutch is gonna look here. It locked. Gear three. That's gear four. The clutch is still locked. Now the RPM is strict to where it wants to go. I think it's about to go into gear five now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, my favorite gear, man. It sounds so chill on that. With the axles in the background as well. Okay, we're on gear four again. Gear three. Sorry, I said that before it shifted back, but it's gear three now. Okay, so the gear. Okay, so it went into gear two and the clutch unlocked right on gear two. Oh, and oh my god, he just cut out the video right before it went into gear one. He keeps doing that. Oh my days. Okay, so on gear one again, yeah. Okay, gear two. The clutch is unlocked. The clutch was unlocked on gear one as well, by the way. So the clutch locked there. Gear three, gear four, or gear three, gear four, gear three, gear four, gear five. Clutch is still locked. Gear four. Okay, now when the clutch is locked here, sometimes the clutch will jerk a bit for some reason. I don't know why it does that. It goes. If anyone knows why the clutch does that, please let me know. It does it faintly. The clutch jerks a bit, but it's still looked. It goes. Okay, we're on gear four again. No. That was gear three. Sorry. That was gear three. Now we're on gear four. Sorry, the picture of the axles, it reminded me what gear we were on. Okay, we're on gear three, gear two. Oh, he keeps cutting out. Let me find another video. I'll meet you man back in gear. I'll meet you man back in gear. I'll meet you man back in another video. Please save, please.